Hello, I'm Erica Manuel, the CEO and Executive Director of the Institute for Local Government, and I am so excited to be here today with our spring intern for 2023, Clarissa Frias. She's joining us from the UC Center program, which is an amazing program in Sacramento that brings in students from all over California, but we've gotten Clarissa from UC Davis, and I'm excited to talk to her today about her experience, just about kind of what she's been up to in her last couple of weeks with ILG, what she's going to do as she transitions from a student to a graduate, and what her perceptions are now of local government. So, Clarissa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Erica.
All right, so let's just start with like a question for everybody. Tell us a little bit about you, Clarissa. What do they need to know?
Well, I grew up in the Central Valley here in California, in Modesto, California. Yeah, I've been here my whole life. I started my college career at Modesto Junior College, and there I just did my general studies. It's where I found my love for social sciences. I love political science, economics, and psychology. And after that, I decided to transfer to UC Davis, and that's where I am majoring in economics and minoring in psychology. Yeah.
Awesome. We love that. Well, we had the opportunity to work with Clarissa. She was selected as one of our potential interns, and we were so excited. We love so much about her background, her experience, and her interest, and just her desire to just get to know all the things. So I want to, highlight that you've only been with us for a couple of weeks. You've already done so much with our team. What is something that you've learned in your internship, maybe that you didn't know, but when you started this role, maybe you were about local government or just about the workforce in general?
I would say what I didn't know is how much the local governments are doing in terms of climate and sustainability. Before this, I was thinking it was state government that was looking after sustainability and climate, but now that I have, known about, have gotten to know the sustainability pillar of ILG, it's really taught me a lot about what can be done at the local level to promote climate justice, to kind of reduce carbon footprint, to improve solar power. And it's pretty amazing just how much can be done. And I didn't know that before this, as well as, I know it is difficult for local government to kind of engage the community, but I didn't know how hard it was. But I think now I've learned, local government needs, capacity building to kind of have that staff to be aware of how to engage the community and, have that staff to really reach out and, help people and bring in equity to local government. And yeah.
I love that. You've learned a lot in the last couple of weeks. I love that you have this fresh perspective, a new sense of kind of what might be needed and what the challenges might be. Swear we did not prep her or brief you in advance. We didn't tell you to say any of these things. So I love that you have observed some of that for yourself. What have you thought are some of the favorite projects that you've worked on so far? I know we've been trying to kind of give you a flavor of a little bit of everything that we do. What have you enjoyed? What are one or two things you've actually enjoyed working on?
Oh, I love so many of the projects at ILG. One that I have been working on regularly is what we do here at the ILG is local government champions. So this is where local government leaders are nominated into the ILG, and we usually pick one on a weekly basis to showcase what they've done in local government. And I really love that we're getting to showcase, the public sector and the work that's being done. And I think it really brings in this positivity element to local government, as well as I've been working on doing sustainability best practices in local government. So this is where I am working with Nikita to build kind of like a database that showcase best practices that can be done by local government. And I'm just kind of helping research, what has actually been done by local governments in California and those practices that have been done. And so it's really like taught me a lot about sustainability. I'm from an economics background. I did not know much about sustainability, so it's taught me a lot. And yeah, those are the two projects that I've just loved the most.
I love that. I love that you're branching out, that you're, having this
Hmm.
economics kind of background and interest is one place to start. It gives you this amazing foundation, but that you're open to trying new things and learning new things and seeing what the connections might be to them all. One thing I know that I learned when I was kind of coming up through the ranks was just how interconnected everything is. So even though you have this financial and kind of data background, it all dovetails into some of the other work that's being done too. So very, very cool. So you've done a few things. You've got a couple more weeks with us. What do you want to learn more about? What do you want to try next? What do you want to do next?
Definitely something I want to try next is, ILG puts on these webinars. So I'd love to work in like the back end of building up those webinars and seeing how we showcase them the day we do them. So I'd love to work on those. Something else, I did want to get a little into the STEP project that's being done in Stockton, the transportation project. I think that's a really cool opportunity, and um, yeah, I just want to work with that because I did go to the summit in Stockton and I saw so many people come together working on building a transportation that's equitable for everyone in Stockton, and being proactive in how do we equitably produce this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think there is so definitely some opportunities to get you connected to both those projects. We will get on it. You've got a couple more weeks with us, and I think it's going to be definitely doable.
Mhm.
Um, so one of the things and one of the reasons why I really was excited to talk to you this week, this month, is because it is Public Service Recognition Month. There's a lot of weeks and days where we're celebrating the volunteerism and the kind of the commitment of local governments and government in general, public servants in general. And one thing that ILG is committed to is making sure that we have on-ramps into public service, that people want to serve, they want to learn more about it, they want to work in government, they want to be elected officials, they want to be appointed officials, they want to give back, they want to be civically engaged, right? And it's got to be done by people of all ages. So you being younger generation, what is your recommendation for like how local governments can better connect with young people that are your age? Because you didn't know a ton about government when you started with us. You know a little bit more now. What do you think we can do differently or better for local governments?
I think local government definitely has an opportunity to engage with students who are in school. I'm thinking more of high school students and college students, and really bringing them up to speed in how they can engage with their own community, as well as, you know, how can they join local government? Can they enter that sector? As well as I see an opportunity for local governments to utilize social media. I think social media is the best way to connect with the youth in our community. So many opportunities there, as well as, yeah, I would just say teaching students. That's the best way. Um, I mean, there's also opportunity to engage with youth at risk, who don't really see school as a opportunity for them, who kind of are going down a path that's not right for them, and kind of bringing them back to where they can be empowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. We will take it all in stride. We will definitely put those on the checklist. We're doing some of those things, but I think it's hard to kind of mobilize. And also,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to take you up on the social media part, because social media is this thing that it's a necessary evil in some local governments. But the truth is, it's here, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to engage in it, and all the platforms have something unique. So I would love
Right.
to figure out how to do these local government TikToks, or figure out how to do Instagram in the right way. So stay
Mm-hmm.
tuned for more there. We're going to pick your brain before you head out. Um, so let's jump back to you mentioned, because I'm a Central Valley kind of native too, and you're from Modesto. How has your perspective of your hometown, your community changed with your kind of new lens related to the work that's being done here? What do you see as opportunities? What do you see as kind of a different perspective maybe now that you've got?
Right. So in Modesto, I would say there's a lot of opportunity for problem solving here. I grew up with the drought being really prevalent in the Central Valley, with climate being in the back of our minds, but as well as we didn't know how to really address it. And now I see the problem with many people who are unhoused and the housing crisis. So with that, I would say I see an opportunity for economic development, and economics really being a pivot to how we grow our community, and as well as how do we get the community engaged to work with these problems, see different perspectives so that we can work together to problem solve. And yeah, that's what it's really taught me.
I love that. We've had some opportunities to work with the city of Modesto, incredible community, incredible public servants. Like I said, I'm a Central Valley native too. So I love the idea of bringing, those kind of principles, not just to Modesto, but to all local governments, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. And I love bringing that to the Central Valley communities, especially.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as we wrap up this conversation, we acknowledge that you are graduating in a couple of weeks. So excited for you. You're going to be a graduate soon, and you're going to transition back to the Central Valley, at least for a short time. What do you want people to know about you and what you're working on in case they're looking for somebody or they're interested in working with Clarissa, who is amazing, by the way?
Well, I would say that with my background in economics, I really love economics and want to pursue, working with economic development at the local level, as well as I really have a nice analytic background. I love working with data. And after graduating, I really want to pursue a career in the local or state government. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, you have heard it here first. Clarissa has been just an incredible addition to Team ILG for the last few weeks. We're so excited that we found yet another amazing UC Center intern. It has been such a blessing and such a, it's just been so refreshing. We had a hybrid internship where most of her service with us has been via Zoom screens and working remotely, but we had the opportunity to also do in-person things, which was always fantastic. So we had that hybrid work environment. She thrived in all of those, and she's just been an amazing addition. Clarissa, you have been such a great teammate, such a great kind of support for our entire team, and also just a breath of really fresh air. And we loved working with you. We have loved it. We're going to continue and glean every bit of intel we can from you over the next couple of weeks. And just want to thank you for everything you've done to support Team ILG. So for any of you that are thinking about interns, I highly recommend the UC Center, but also, thinking about the next generation of public servants, we honor this fact that we have to practice what we preach. We offer conscious counsel to local governments about how to engage with youth. And we wanted to make sure we were also living that motto and living those values and bringing in the younger generation into our workplace too. We were, short-staffed, and we were also really, really busy. But it's been a great addition to our work. Maybe it can be one for you as well. So if you do have questions about how to engage the youth, you can look at our youth toolkit. You can also reach out to ILG for other questions related to workforce development tied to bringing up the next generation, or even career pathways for your other employees and potential employees. Of course, we are here to help. We are here to support, and we love local government. So Clarissa, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your service to ILG, and thanks to everyone else as well.